Hi, I'm Chad Krause. I'm the founder of Wartime CEO. I am a CEO myself, a former management consultant for private equity companies. I've worked in aerospace, healthcare, you name it. If you're waking up worried about payroll, or you just really don't trust that you can make realistic future decisions about cash impacting items because of your visibility, this is for you. So, in the next few minutes, I'm going to go through and show you not only what the proper cash management tool is, it's the 13-week cash flow, and that's going to give you visibility. I'm also going to show you the system that we created for a immediate crisis to get you 30 plus days of runway. And it's going to get your leadership team aligned and consolidate your focus into 1 hour a week where you solve your cash runway concerns and you generate that pathway. And we're going to equip you with the tools to optimize that as far as it'll go. So I'm going to take a second real quick and show you what a good management tool is not. So I just Googled company cash report. And you can see here it's daily report, cash register, and all the way down, and it's by date, and it's a snapshot of here things are right now. That doesn't really tell you much about making a payment, tomorrow or next week, even, much less viewing all the way out, even 1 month or more. And then there's these AI things that are cute, but again, they're just running historical trends. Your team isn't aligned in a flexible platform, predicting and inputting, large inventory orders, whatever it may be. So that's the shortcoming there. Constantly, again, it's no better than a little bit of a trend line and where you are today. Your financials are another way to think of it, and if you're looking at it historically, that's very not good. But if you do have a proper 3 statement model forecast, which is part of the whole playbook, the weaponized finance playbook, then that's awesome. And your 3 statement model should be targeting cash. But again, there's so many cash fluctuations within the month itself that looking at the month ended is again not really going to help you unless you have a huge buffer there and don't have to worry. So, so understanding that this is not a financial statement. We built it from the ground up. And so this is from bank feeds and it ties into your bank account. And we have all of the other little tricks, baked in there, cash flow and different things like that. So this is going to give you a weekly visibility to see where your cash shortfall is, how much it would be if you continue down the path that you're on, and then you can size that shortfall and we can solve for that with a buffer. And it's going to be really flexible. So this is a great tool for scenario planning. And it's really simple when you get down to it. It can be as complicated or as simple as you make it. The starting point is just use it for its baseline, what it's for. So cash surprises are happening for a few reasons. Either it's an insufficient forecasting process, and your team with all of their input and insight is not aligned into the same meeting, talking with the same tool and the same language. So that's a huge piece of it. Or you're just going off of gut feel and instinct. And that works at a very small scale, but then at some point the ship gets too big to know what each end is doing at all times. And again, I can't express the importance of just reading from the same book, reading from the same page, and having everybody aligned. Hey, if there's something that impacts the cash flow, this is where we send it to. And so there's a whole process around how to ensure that we get it to its highest quality or its highest standard. This is an example of the 13-week cash flow. And it's as simple as cash operating receipts, and then operating disbursements, so salaries, and then non-operating or discretionary And my classic one is legal fees. I would put legal fees in that of, okay, you can brush it off and it's not going to bring the company to a stop. And then we have a lot of other balance sheet items. So that's why your income statement is definitely insufficient. But we have a lot of things like operating lines, credit cards, all of the debt instruments, and other things, including check flow, which is a check written but not cashed yet. And that's an important thing that can be a gotcha too. And the way we do this is if you are in an immediate crunch, we want you to do this thoughtfully and committedly. And so we have a side program where we're going to help you just get through the next 7 days and get out of it. And then other than that, we focus on developing this visibility, this 13-week tool. And we're going to have to collaborate to do it because, again, it's a system and a tool that your entire team and yourself need to be aligned around. And so instead of waking up at 3 a.m. thinking about it like, oh, how am I going to get this expensive financing? We're thinking about it in advance, collaboratively with the whole team, updating it real time, seeing how we can even get other elements in that tool more accurate. And so that's a really powerful thing, and it creates focus in your business and doesn't allow for detractions from the main objective. So this is an example of the 7-day tool, and we have a calculator to capture sort of the quick wins. And that implementation sprint, again, is going to be a heavy lift on our team, and we will help put that into place, and we'll need a fair amount of access with your team. And then we also offer to keep the system running after its development, or we can share with your team the training videos to manage it internally. This tool is incredibly reliable because it is sourced at the groundmost level, the bank, the cash in, cash out. Some fantastic reasons to do it are to you can use it even to validate a transaction. So I use it in M&A when just before I would ever sign on a business, I use this tool to integrate a company and to do that 90-day, 100-day transition plan. And I manage it off this tool because you just don't know what you don't know when you're buying a company. And this has saved me so many times when there's a misalignment between a forecaster, somebody who just thinks in terms of, oh yeah, it'll grow at 10%, versus the reality on the ground, which ends up being much different when you truly do dig in a lot of the time. And again, that's partly why I use it in those integrations, those 100-day integration plans, is it de-risks it so much because you are painstakingly putting in your assumptions and not just allowing it to be too rolled up, but then you're seeing weekly cash. And so you're reconciling it weekly against what you expected. And there's a scorecard, which is that end cash flow number. And so this is a key element for everything from integrations to corporate transformations, which is just a fancy way to say, we have a big company change. We're moving from e-com to business sales platform, right? And our cost structure shifting, or we are winding down a location, or we are insert any major change event. This is the tool for that. In addition to just, hey, we have a cash liquidity crunch and we need to thread the needle and pay payroll. Obviously, it's fantastic for that, but it has so many other applications you're going to find use for it. If you would like to know more, here's my email. You can also sign up go on to our website, crisiscashflow.com or wartimeceo.com. It's a fantastic place to start and just make sure that your business is on track and you've got control of your cash.